Hey guys, welcome back. We're finally in some fall weather, just enough to get a little light jacket. And it's a beautiful day today, but just trying to get a few little odds and ends done to get ready for the winter. And so yeah, the next several videos should primarily be about just things I got to do to get ready for the winter. And I finally took some time and kind of made a list on my whiteboard of all the things I need to do, and there were 23 items on that list. And it's everything from some work I need to do on the truck, maintenance on the tractor, Lucille still needs to get fixed, and you know, the list goes on and on. So, stuff in the greenhouse, you know, and that's not all stuff that has to be done now, but we got quite a few butchering that needs to be done, etc. So but today I'm just trying to get a few little odds and ends done because I'm going to be kind of tied up this weekend with some other stuff. And one of the things that has come up, which isn't critical, but I would really like it done because this is like the perfect time of year for it, is Grimace here is leaking coolant now. And it's not coming from the radiator, and it's not coming from any of the radiator hoses. So I am fairly confident that one of the freeze-out plugs has rusted through. And of course it's on the back of the engine. So I'm going to get it pulled up here. I don't think I'm going to pull it apart today, but I am going to go ahead and get that position, and then I want to show you guys a few things. What's up, girl? What's up, girl? You enjoying this cool day, huh? You enjoying this cool day? A couple of days ago, I ran over to my brother's house to help with a few things, and his neighbor has had these screen doors. They're glass doors here, and they asked if I wanted one of them or both. And then while I was there, he also had this extra window. So I think these would be great additions, and also free, to put in our eventual chicken coop build. So even though I don't see that happening this year, I'm really hopeful that we're going to get to that next year. And I've been collecting materials for it. I got these. I got the old window from my door, like my back door. And then, like I said, I've just been sort of trying to dream up a vision, or I have a general idea for a design, but I'd like something like material. All right, well, I was gonna crawl into there and try to get you guys a view of this, but there is zero chance that I'm gonna be able to get the camera in there to where that's at. So I'll just tell you, it looks to me like there's a horizontal crack in the very last freeze-out plug on the driver's side, and it's not leaking at the moment, but that doesn't really mean anything. You can see there's green antifreeze all over it, and it's been leaking on the ground over there. Yeah, I'm just getting it up here so I can get it ready to do some of that work. But we're not going to do that today. I'm just not going to have time for it today. But I am going to have to remove the starter in order to get to it. But I think, fingers crossed, that's the only thing I'm going to have to remove, because I think I'll have enough room to be able to get in there and press the new one in past the frame. So fingers crossed. So we did end up getting our first frost last night. I think it got down to about 35, so it was a real light frost, nothing real serious. Yeah, I think our strawberries are probably about to go dormant, and hopefully I'll get maybe one or two more bell peppers off of this guy. I do have some in the greenhouse. They're still putting out, but after that, like, garden's completely finished. We're not doing any fall gardening. I'll try to maintain some of our flowers. Like I've got some potted stuff that I may put in there, but I'm not gonna worry about trying to heat the greenhouse all winter. And of course, in the last video I was telling you guys we were doing some kind of garden cleanup. Still got a few more things to do, and I just can't get past those purple flowers over there, so I don't want to cut those down just yet. But here soon I'll get these T-posts out, and then gotta cut all this down. But then later that night I came out here and I planted a couple of trees. I was going to bring you guys, it was just simply too late for that. So let me show you what I did. So you may recall several months ago I planted a whole bunch of these hybrid willow trees to sort of create a little bit of a wind barrier, a privacy barrier, and that sort of stuff. And well, with the drought this summer and me not consistently watering, I lost every single one of those. But I had a bunch of extras that have been in a 5-gallon bucket in water, and so I figured we'll give since spring didn't work out, we'd try fall. And so yeah, they're a lot bigger than most of the ones I planted before. I had 6 of them, so some of them, you know, there's not much on them. I don't have a lot of high expectations just because I didn't take care of them all summer, but most of them are still technically alive, and they're here they are. So let's see if any of these survive, and if they do, I may get some more next year. So yeah, not much, but you know, making a little progress here and there. I'm in I mean it's always crunch time, but I feel like I'm in crunch time to try to get some things done while the weather is pleasant, because there's only a couple weeks, it seems, out of the year where it's not way too hot or way too cold. And obviously that's dependent on the person, but I don't like sweating myself to death and I don't like freezing myself to death, so this is like the perfect time of year to get out here and get some stuff done. So speaking of the greenhouse, I don't know if I was ever able to really show you guys, but now that it's kind of dirty, you can really see the difference in some of the damage that the greenhouse took back when we had the storms. So this panel right here, it blew completely out. It took out all the clips, ripped loose from the caulking at the top, and then the screws in the panel, it ripped out completely. So I have since put it back in, put the clips back in, and caulked a little bit, but this still needs some attention. I think I probably need to go ahead and finish caulking the rest of these all the way around, just as an extra precaution. And I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but there are breaks where those panels cracked, and so they didn't rip out. But they did fold backwards, and it was, let's see, this panel and this panel. So those still need a little bit more reinforcement, and eventually they just need to be replaced, because it completely cracked across the panel and there's holes in those panels now. So I've caulked it up, but the caulk's not going to hold long term like that, the way I put it on there. But I'll just be honest, knowing me, it'll be like that probably through all of next year. All right, so it's currently in like the low mid 50s right now. I think it's like 53 degrees, so it's warming up already. But we're at a good 96 degrees in the greenhouse, and that's with the shade cloth still on it. Of course, all the vents are closed, but the fan is running because it kicks on at 80. So last time we were in here, I was showing you guys how messy it was, and I started doing some cleanup. But take a look. I should have done this a long time ago and not been so lazy. So take a lesson from me and don't be so lazy. go ahead and do a little cleanup. It only took me, I don't know, a little bit of time, maybe an hour, and it's so much better in here. Like, I should kick myself for taking too long. Alright, so getting ready to go do a little cleanup in the chicken coops. But I was thinking about one of the other things that I wrote down, things that I need to do and want to do to get ready for the winter. This room right here, you guys have never been in because for the last, well, since we moved in here, my brother has been renting out that space and he's been renovating his house. But before too awful long, we will be going in here and doing a minor renovation and turning this back into a farm kitchen, which is what it was on the floor plans. So that'll be a fun one. I don't think it'll take too much work, and we're going to double it up as my personal work office to free up another room in the house. But that'll be wonderful to have. We'll probably start doing our butcherings in there. Not, you know, the kill portion, but, you know, the breakdown portion. And, you know, we're going to try to learn how to do some canning and a lot of the other food preservation and egg cleaning. All that stuff is going to occur in that room, which will be awesome. So stay tuned for that. And I'll show you guys how I go about trying to set up that room without spending a whole bunch of money, because I just don't have it to spend right now. It's ugly chicken season here. A lot of my chickens are molting, which is about what time they did last year. Some of them have already molted a little early, but yeah, you got to check these guys out. They look a little ragged this time of year. And if you're new to chickens, you haven't seen that before, it's usually fine. Their feathers will start coming out. You'll start seeing pin feathers, which are, buddy, every time, man. He's got them all over his neck. I'll try to see if I can't get close enough to show you. But it's when your feathers, their feathers start to come back out, and they'll have, buddy, can't you see them filming? They'll have little plastic like sheathing around the feather. All right, fine, you want attention, you got it. You want attention, you got it. What's up, Jack? I actually recently thought I lost him because I found some of his feathers and he's missing his tail feathers, and I know who the culprit was. Yeah, you were the culprit. Turns out she had gotten another chicken about a week ago, and I didn't realize it, and she plays dumb around them, and she knows. She's a smart dog. So we've been doing a little extra training lately. Been keeping her for part of the days in the kennel over here in the corner so that she's really close to them but can't get to them. And so yeah, this is my fault. I just haven't been as diligent doing the training as I should be. Now back to ugly chicken season. Let's see. You're starting to look a little ragged, Missy. This one's got pin feathers, if you'll be able to see it. Right there in her lower back and on tops of her wings. Let's see, are you molting? Yeah, you're molting a little bit. It's too dark to see in there. How about you, Petey? You want to show off your feathers? I mean, Jack, buddy, I keep mixing y'all up. You'll be forever Petey too, I think. Yeah. It looks like they knocked over their food bucket. There you go, guys. watchers, or if you don't mind just helping a guy out. The last two videos I've used two different new mics that I've gotten. The last one was lapel mic, and you can tell it's a lot louder. And then this one's a new shotgun mic. So if you guys could give me a little feedback on if it sounds better than what I was doing prior, and which one you prefer. Obviously some are maybe better in other situations, but anyways, if you could just give me some honest feedback on that, I'd appreciate it. Just trying to figure out what makes the I don't know, the best quality stuff. The tractor is one of those things that needs some maintenance. It's overdue a little bit for its first 50-hour maintenance, and since it's still under warranty, I'm gonna let the dealer handle the maintenance on it, and then just make sure everything looks good still. But I've got a few things I still need to do before I can let go of it for very long, so I'm gonna go show you that, and we're gonna check on the pigs. I went ahead and bush hogged the front not all that long ago, and the grass is getting tall-ish, but I think we're good for the year on this. But I do have a whole bunch of that giant ragweed on the backside back here, and next weekend we're having our big family get-together where we do a little bonfire and hayride for the kids. In the last 2 years of taking the kids back here, and we just rode around on the property. We didn't get out on the road. We're quiet enough road back here, we probably could, but I think they probably enjoy this a little better. So I gotta go clear a path so that we're not getting beat up by weeds when we drive through there. And so I need the tractor to do the hayride and that. And speaking of lazy, I still gotta pick up all these fence posts from where we moved the pigs, because I've gotten pretty bad about that. Hey pigs! Hey pigs! Hey pigs! Hey pigs! How we doing? Molly, you're still not happy with me, are you? They've been underneath these hickory trees, and they've been loving it. Yeah, Molly's still not happy with me because I kind of had to corner her and chase her up here. She's the one pig on the property that is still, like, for some reason, just uber skittish. Yeah, even though I've given you belly rubs. Look at her, eyeballing me, mean mugging me. Yeah, I see you back there. I don't know if you picked up on it all yet, but this is my favorite time of the year. It's way better than spring because allergies aren't as bad. Granted, spring has its own merit because it's time to get going again, but when things start to kind of wind down for the winter, I don't know. Weather's nice, I love it. What's up, pigs? What's up, Henry? How we doing, buddy? Look at him. You gonna smile for the camera? One of the things that I haven't done in a minute is come back here and check on the solar charger, since we don't have electricity back here. All of these guys' fences are solar chargers. I got followers. Oh, hey bud. Scared me. Henry kind of snuck up on me and he scared me. He's the only one of these pigs that I'd ever be worried could do something rough. So when he nudges you in the back with one of those tusks, you pay attention. He wasn't being ugly, just I think letting me know he was there. I don't have food, guys. I'm sorry. It's not dinner time yet. I'm just here checking on your fence, which I still need to do. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. All right. It looked like the charger was occasionally arcing through the gator clip that's on it over to the fence, so I just need to reposition that a little. But that's why you check on stuff. Look at this area. I don't know if you guys remember how overgrown this was like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Look at it now. They knocked it down in a hurry. I can actually see the fence now. I'm gonna walk over here. I had to do a little repair where they use this as a scratching post. Hello, birds. And their bedroom. I still don't have food for you, buddy. That stall has worked out fantastic. I'm very grateful that we did that when we did. The other thing I needed to check on while I was down here is the trailer. The one we use for hay rides and also several other things. This is the most versatile trailer here, and is also my dad's. But there's some rot down there that's been expanding, and I think I'm gonna just have to temporarily patch that hole. So that we can use the trailer. It needs tires and it needs a new bed in it, new decking. So one thing at a time. I think we can still use it though. I think that's about all I'm gonna have time for. I'm not sure how well you guys are gonna see this, but one of the benefits of having the pigs underbrush is look at all this fresh greenery that's growing up underneath. And even though I still haven't cleaned out a lot of these trees, just the more sunlight that's getting in there now is allowing some stuff on the ground to grow. I just now realized that I forgot the whole reason I walked back here, aside from checking on the pigs, was to show you guys all that I needed to bush hog. And I'm halfway back to the house, so I ain't going back. Mainly because I'm on my lunch break and I'm running out of time. We have one more thing to check on though, and that is our Premier 1 charger that's charging this net. I know it's working because I could hear it really popping, but you know, again, just checking on it. And that's a good thing we did, because they've pushed a stick up underneath here. Let's get that out of there. Bug's trying to get my eye. I don't know how well you can see that. It's flashing green and orange, so I need to go look that up. I know it's sparking, but I don't know if the green and orange means it's like low on battery or what. It isn't in the most ideal spot because we're in the shade, but in the next about 15 minutes or so, it'll start getting sun again, and it'll have sun until sundown. So it gets about a half a day of sun where it's at. I may end up having to move it out to this corner, but for now we'll just keep an eye on it. All right, so I did a quick read on that, and it looks like it's just charging. So it's got green, yellow, and red according to the manual. It looks orange to me, but the green yellow flashing means it's generating power from the panel, which is a good thing. So I guess I just didn't notice it last time. So even though it's in the shade, it's still at least generating some power. I think I get a little bit sad every time I walk past this pond. Or maybe I should stop calling it a pond and start calling it a crater. That's about all I got time for today. I know it's not much, but like I said, we're in the final sprint to winter. We've had our first frost. We might get our first actual freeze, albeit a light freeze, in the next week, is what they were saying, but I kind of doubt it. I'm going to show you guys what I do on my 7-acre homestead to try and get ready for the winter, make my life easier. Since I'm not moving the chickens around this year, it'll be, well, easier because I left them in their run all year. I kind of hated to do that, and I did give them free range for much of it, but that was still kind of home base instead of out here on the pasture, which is where I wanted them. But nonetheless, we still have stuff we got to do to get ready for both winter, and then there's some prep we need to start doing now for next year. So stick with me. I expect we'll have a lot of, you know, shorter but very busy videos coming up, and honestly, I may end up getting quite a bit of stuff done and not get it on video, just for the sake of time, because like I said, it's actually middle of my work day. I just snuck away for my lunch break and got a couple of good things done, did some of the stuff I've been kind of putting off, and getting ready for the weekend, since I'm gonna have less time this weekend. So yeah, stick with us. We'll do all of our fall prep, and I appreciate you guys watching. You guys have a blessed day, and I'll see you next time.